So this video is about me closing 10 credit cards, almost 100,000 in available credit, within a few days closing all these accounts. So some of these credit cards I've had 20 years or more. You're never supposed to close your oldest credit card, right? That's what we've always been told. So why did I do this? I'm going to answer these questions. Won't it hurt my credit score? Okay, this is a snapshot I took prior to closing the account. This is actually a little bit after, but I had 198,000 in available credits from all my credit cards. This was 198,000 and for whatever reason it didn't capture, but this shows 185 and now you're going to see it's closer to 100,000 after closing them all. 7 inquiries within the past 2 years, 12 new accounts in the last 2 years, which is quite a bit. Okay, so why did I cancel these cards? The main reason is I don't use most of them. I don't really care about the score anymore. I'm in the 800, so it doesn't really matter to me. If I'm at 800 or at 850, I've noticed no difference as far as the approval rate, as far as the deals that I get. If I'm in the 780s or 800, or if I'm at 820 or 850, it doesn't really seem to make much of a difference. I'm credit worthy. I repay my debts. So I think that's the main thing that matters. The reason I close these accounts is I don't use most of them and there's usually better cards available, or there's overlap, or I think I can close these down and get the bonuses later on. One of these that I closed was the FNBO Evergreen card. Now, I don't dislike this card. This is a 2% everywhere card, but I also have a Fidelity Rewards 2% everywhere card that I've had for a long time, and they throw in a deal every once in a while. This one is the one that I think gave me a $200 bonus or something. The Fidelity one, I never get a bonus. So I'm actually kind of staying with Fidelity because they don't give me the bonus. This one gives me the bonus, so I can close this one down and probably in a year or two, sign up again, get approved, get another $200. So I'm just trying to maximize my bonus money. Here's another one that I have that I closed. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card is another 2% everywhere card. Just like the other one, I don't dislike this, but my Fidelity Rewards card does the job. How many cards do I need that are 2%? This one gave me 200 when I spent 500 on purchases. Unfortunately, there's no affiliate program with Wells Fargo. So if I'm not using this card, normally I could refer others, but Wells Fargo has no affiliate program, so I have no reason to keep this card. Another card that I have, this is one of my oldest cards. This is the Chase Slate card. When I actually signed up with this, this was called Buy.com, the Buy.com credit card. So I've had this probably since 2000, I think. So I've had this one a long time. Now, I don't even think it pays 1%. There's no deals. Even when you talk to the customer service at Chase, they're like, yeah, that card really doesn't, pay much. Now, this thing was good for a lot of balance transfers. Like it used to have balance transfers for, 0% for 2 years or something. But I haven't seen anything like that anymore. This would be the most foolish one to close, right? Because it's one of my oldest accounts, and I think I had a $15,000 or $20,000 credit limit. I contacted Chase and I said, hey, I want to close this account. They said, oh, okay. We have an option. Would you like to transfer that credit line to one of your other credit cards? Which no one else has done that except for Chase. And I said, sure, I would like to transfer it to my Chase Freedom card. So they transferred my balance. My Chase Freedom had a really pitiful credit line, I think of like $4,000 for the longest time. Now I've got like an $18,000 credit line. And so I don't believe it actually hurts my credit score because my credit line is not decreasing. It's just moving over to the Freedom card. So that's one thing that Chase does that I really like. Now, they didn't offer any sort of promotions other than that, anything to try to get me to stay. The next one I closed, actually 2 cards. I don't have any cards. I don't have any accounts with Bank of America anymore. Poor Bank of America. I actually opened a banking account with them, a checking account, got the $200 from that, closed that maybe a month ago. Then I want to close both of these accounts, and some of these are pretty old, probably 15, 20 years old. I have this customized cash rewards, which I liked pretty well, but it's only a 3% category card. So you can pick the category sort of like the US Bank Cash Plus card, but the US Bank Cash Plus card has a couple of 5% categories. This one doesn't. And then they also have this travel card, unlimited. I believe this was the one I had. I had travel rewards and I think they converted it to this, but it's only 1.5%. that's just not enough. But these cards do offer $200 bonuses, so I do like them for that. So I closed both of these, and when I actually went to close them, they did something unique. Bank of America said, hey, you've been a long-time customer. We want to keep you. We have a retention promotion. If you keep one of these cards, we will give you a $175 credit if you spend $1,500 within 3 months. So I did that, and I think I had till December. I hit the requirement. They gave me the bonus, and then I called them up and closed the card. So it extended my customer loyalty for about a month, and then I closed the account. So now I have no Bank of America cards. Here you can see the Cash Plus card that it competes with. The Cash Plus card by US Bank has 5% categories plus some 2% categories, and I like this one much better. So this is the one I've been using a lot more, and Bank of America has just been falling behind. They haven't really been coming out with any new cards or anything that's interesting for me. Now, the reason I closed the Discover More card is because I applied for the Discover IT card and got approved. The Discover IT card is basically a newer version of the Discover More card from what I've read. The categories are basically identical. Everything's the same. So I simplified it by just keeping the Discover IT card and getting rid of the Discover More card. And the great thing about this is they have great categories. I use this one quite a bit too. So they'll have a 5% grocery categories like groceries, restaurants, gas stations, and they double it the first year. So I actually have a promotion now where you'll get $100 if you sign up with the Discover IT card using my referral link. All you have to do is make one purchase. You don't have to spend $1,000. You don't have to spend $1,500. One measly purchase. You could go to the Dollar General store. You could go to the Dollar Tree, make one purchase at Walmart, and then you automatically get the $100. And they double the categories the first year. So this 5% category here, if you go to the grocery store and you spend $100, the 5% back that you get on it, they're going to double it at the end of the year for the first year on all those categories. So pretty good deal. Another one of the 10 cards that I closed was the FNBO Getaway card. Now this is 2 cards from FNBO. So I have no cards with First National Bank of Omaha. That's what it stands for. So the Getaway one, the other card that I had from FNBO was the 2% card. I closed that one. I also closed this one, the Getaway by FNBO. This is a 3% points per dollar spent on travel, dining, and gas. So basically a 3% card, which doesn't get me too excited. All the cards that I have that I've closed are all no annual fee cards. I don't have any cards that have an annual fee. Another card out of the 10 that I closed was the Citizens Cashback Plus card. This is a 1% card. It's not even a 2% card. So they shortchange you by 0.2%. So rather than pay 2%, they give you 1.8. So I really see no reason to have a 1.8% card when I have 2% cards that do basically the same thing. It says here, even if you boosted the rate by opening a Citizens Quest checking account, which I can't do because I'm not in their geographic area, that would still only boost it to 1.9. So that's still short 0.1% from the 2% cards that are out there. So I closed this one, so I don't have anything with Citizens Bank anymore. Another card that I closed from Wells Fargo, I have no accounts with Wells Fargo now. So I opened a checking account. I got the $325. I closed the account. I had the other card, which was the Active Cash by Wells Fargo, the 2% card. I closed that. I also closed this Wells Fargo autograph card. Now, I did enjoy the bonus. It was a $300 bonus when I spent $1,500. I enjoyed using that bonus, but after I had the card, the amount that they pay is only around 3%, so a little bit on the low side. So I closed this account, and maybe in a year or so, I'll try to apply back again if they still have the same deal and get another $300, and maybe they'll still approve me. Who knows? Now, another card that I had that I closed was the Discount Tire credit card. And I think I used this maybe one time years ago. And unless you're buying tires all the time, you probably don't need this. And probably they're going to have better promotions when you sign up at the time that you're going to buy tires and probably get a better deal. So I closed this one. That was kind of a no-brainer. I also had a PayPal credit line. I signed up for a PayPal credit line. They gave me a discount on my purchase, and then I closed it afterwards. So I closed this, and there was no way I was going to use that. It's not even a credit card. It's like a credit line. So I closed this, and That brings my total, I think, to 11 accounts that I closed, and this is probably about a month ago. So let's look at the stats now. If we actually look at my stats now, I was probably around 820 or so a month ago. Now I'm at about 800 for this one, 812 for this. This one says I lost 7 points. So I don't know that everything has been reflected. There may still be another few weeks for everything to get reflected. Now we got to look at this is the Credit Karma. When we look at the chart, this is the TransUnion one. You can see that in September 9th, I was at 820. And then after I did all these, this was October. This is probably when I closed the accounts. So I dropped from 818 all the way down to 800. And this is mostly due to me closing the accounts. I did maybe a few weeks ago open a credit union using $2,000 of credit line from my credit card. And that has an impact on the credit utilization. So if that goes up, then it can affect the score. But I think this is mostly due to me closing the accounts. And if we look at my credit card use, it's still fairly low, usually below 2%, but it's probably crept up. Since I closed all these accounts, it's went up a little bit. And also my credit age has probably, the age of my credit line has probably decreased. So I had some cards before that were 20 something years. Now it's, 6 years. But I do have fewer accounts now, and I still have a lot of hard inquiries. I can't do anything about that. If we look at the Equifax, very similar. So I had around 830 credit score September 9th, and it's down to 812 now. And here's a longer view of the chart. You can see it's dropped quite a bit, but it's still a reasonable score. I'm still in the 800s. I didn't drop to the 700s yet. Now this one is showing that my credit line is only about 5 years old. So my credit line's much younger on this one. This is my Credit Y score that's offered from Capital One. It shows here that my oldest credit line, 23 years, available credit used 2%. It's showing now, as you remember before, it was showing 185. Well, that was actually, I took that a little bit late. It was actually around 200,000. Now it's showing 129,000. And I think in another few weeks, this may go down to, closer to 100,000. I didn't calculate it perfectly, but I probably reduced around 80 to 100,000 in credit line. And as you can see, I've had numerous accounts in the last 2 years, so that's why I'm having difficulty getting approved for new credit cards. In the end, I'm not that worried about it. So I still have a good credit score. Even though the score went down, 800 is still a decent score. Whether it's 800 or 850, I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. So would I trade in my 850 score for 800 if I can get $3,000, $4,000, $5,000? Sure, why not? And that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm going to apply again for some of these cards in the future and likely I'll get the same bonuses all over again. This will be some sort of, credit card churning. So it's not the end of the world. People tell you not to close your oldest account. After a while, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going out borrowing something anytime soon. So whether my score is 750 or 850, it doesn't really matter at this point. So I would rather cash in my score. So to me, a credit score is not worth anything unless you can cash in on it. So you can get a lower rate or you can get bonuses. And that's what I'm doing. I'm getting bonuses. I'm not borrowing, but I am getting bonus deals. This is my main reason for closing all these accounts. By the way, I have a deal for you. I have a $200 refer a friend promotion, and I don't believe it's going to last very long. I don't think this is going to last long because $200 is more than average, especially considering the amount of money that you have to put up, which is very little. So Blupeak Credit Union, it's a San Diego-based credit union, has a $200 deal. If I refer a friend, you have to sign up with a checking and a savings or a money market account. So 2 accounts total. Within 90 days of account opening, you do a direct deposit of $500 or more. So basically 2 $250 direct deposits, or you could do 2 $300 deposits as long as it adds up to $500 or more. Keep the money in there for 90 days. You'll get $200. Pretty easy, right? So what you do is you'll have to contact me with your first name, last name, and referral email. And actually, I'll put a link to my website contact form, and all you have to do is fill out my contact form, which is the first name, last name, and email address. Send it to me, and then maybe mention Blupeak in the message. I'll generate the link. It'll be emailed to you. You'll get an email from Blupeak Credit Union that looks like this. It says your friend Kevin thinks you will love Blupeak. We think you'll both deserve $200. And there's a link here that says open a free checking account. All you do is click this link. It takes you to the sign up page right here. Under eligibility, all you have to do is select this option here. There's one option. They're automatically going to sign you up with a KPBS membership for free. That's a PBS membership. Then it'll qualify you even if you don't live in San Diego, which I don't live in San Diego either. Anyways, you select your option here. Select checking. You could do the free one here. Hit the little plus thing. Select your options if you want the debit card or credit card. Add the account. Then select your savings account. Maybe do the $25 one. Hit the plus thing. It shows your products here. Free checking, preferred savings. Hit continue. You just fill in all your information and hit submit. Do the $25 minimum deposits or more for each account. If you see an option here that says referral code, put in that refer a friend code. I don't think it's going to ask you for that, but if it does, just put. If you do see a field that says promo code, make sure to enter this right here, refer a friend. Then do your $250 plus direct deposits within 90 days. Keep the account open at least 90 days. Otherwise, there's I believe it's a $15 fee if you close the account before that. After the 90 days, they'll pay the $200, and I'll also get $200. From what I've seen, this company pays very, very quickly. When I opened the account, I got a $100. I have a different promotion. I got a $100 bonus. I think it was the same day or the next day after I opened the account. So after I do the direct deposits, I'm hoping that they'll pay out very quickly also. They also have a $300 promotion, but I think it's probably not worth the effort. You have to wait 180 days and you've got to do $5,000 in direct deposits. I think if you're just getting started with bank bonuses, this is a better deal. And it also helps out me. I don't have a promo for the $300 one. And who wants to wait 180 days? So I say go for the $200 one. Send me a link. I'll put a link in the description. Sign up with this. Easy $200. You don't have to leave your house to do this one. You can do it from your phone or computer. So check for the link below this video or in the description. I also have a referral deal with Raisin, formerly known as Save Better. If you sign up with my referral link with any of their products, if you're not a customer right now with Raisin, you can sign up with their high yield savings accounts, their high yield CDs, or their high yield savings accounts right now pay 5.3% APY with the $25 bonus if you deposit $5,000, which is the requirement. This is basically a 0.5% boost. This would be 5.8% if you held it the full year. Also, you could do the high yield CD. If you choose the high yield CDs, they're paying 5.6% right now on their 5-month CD. This rate would be 6.1%. 6.1% if you held it a whole year. At less than a year annualized, it's going to be something like 10%. So a really good deal. And this one, you don't have to worry about the rate going down, or you could do the no penalty CD. So all you have to do is select the product that you want. Right here where it says refer, this is where you enter my referral code. This is what will give you the $25. You enter Kevin P29235 for the code. Then you continue. Deposit at least $5,000, not $100 and $5,000 later, not $25 and $5,000 later, at least $5,000. Keep it there for 90 days. You'll get the $25, and I'll also get a little something. So look for the link in the description or below the video for that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.